But I've got to ask you first about your teammates' performance there.
Yeah, I'm proud of them. That's nerve-wracking, getting up in front of a bunch of people and having to hit a golf club. Obviously, we're basketball players, so we're not very good at this, but they make this event fun, so it's fun to have them out here.
And what has it been like for you today?
LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one.
Alright, so Caitlin Clark recently closed this deal, and to be honest, it's crazy. You won't believe what happened, and it's generating a lot of conversation. This news has really rocked the WNBA, and social media is going crazy. This entire situation demonstrates how a huge victory for one person can cause a major difficulty for another. Everything in the league is altered by this. The LPGA Tour recently recruited Caitlin Clark, who is currently practically the queen of endorsements, to a major deal. Here, we're not discussing a minor collaboration. No, this is a multi-million-dollar deal. It all comes down to her talent, image, and amazing star power. And the internet simply blew up the moment it hit. Honestly, you can't even make this stuff up. This is all about her on her own. And turning in this Wednesday for prom. Caitlin is shown here on the 10th.
And making the turn in this Wednesday Pro-Am, here is Caitlin at the 10th.
Fans are currently adoring Clark's achievements. I'm totally supporting her. Here's the problem, though. Many prominent WNBA players are not pleased with it. Let's discuss Asa Wilson. Although she didn't specifically name anyone, her message was very evident. So you can make money playing golf, even if you miss shots, was essentially what she stated. Pure gold, that line. Everyone understood exactly who she was referring to. Naturally, it is causing a lot of discussion on all sports websites.
Looks like she was able to put into work a little bit.
Take a moment to consider that. For half of the league, the mere mention of Caitlin Clark's name acts as a trigger. Really, some individuals are completely driven insane by everything she does, every transaction, and every post. And the drama has reached a completely new level because to this LPGA alliance. Clearly, Clark is the league's marketing goldmine. However, it's making other big actors feel like supporting cast members. A. Wilson has won numerous titles and 2 MVP honors, after all. However, you hardly hear her name in the same breath as Clark when in terms of endorsements. This is the reason this tale went viral. The old guard and the rising star power are at odds. Clark is also the media's new, shiny toy. Wilson, the player who dominated long before all of these cameras appeared, is a symbol of the grind.
In a previous video, how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
Caitlin Clark's so good, she's got me following golf. And thanks to her, I now know who Nelly Korda is. And if there's one thing we can count on with Clark, it's that she's going to draw a crowd from the court to the...
When the LPGA agreement fell through, A.A. Wilson's comment wasn't merely a casual jab. That was a battle cry, not that. You can't really blame her. To be honest, the timing was just awful. She's finishing up a fantastic season, yet she only receives a small portion of the attention Clark receives simply for being alive. The media is primarily interested in Clark's Instagram narrative, which is similar to winning a championship. That is simply the hard truth of contemporary athletics. Even if it is completely awful, your expertise is no longer the only factor. It all depends on who is observing you. Additionally, Caitlin Clark receives more attention than anyone else. Sponsors, large companies with marketing spending, even the LPGA, they all thought. They're searching for someone who can sell tickets, move merchandise, and maintain a lively online presence. Asa Wilson simply hasn't been that person despite all of her incredible skills. She isn't as well known as Clark, but she is nonetheless respected. And some of these warriors, although the WNBA appears to be benefiting from the Caitlin Clark effect, it looks that just a small number of people are truly benefiting. The others are still merely awaiting the arrival of their tide. Additionally, now that she's reaching out outside basketball, some players feel completely abandoned. Even though Clark is signing deals for millions of dollars outside of her sport, they are still fighting about meager bonuses. This kind of interaction makes interviews and locker rooms tense. Fans are undoubtedly observing the players' lack of excitement as they begin to feel like props in the Caitlin show. Fans instantly accused Asa of being ungrateful and jealous when her remark went viral. She was even likened by some to those who first criticized Tiger Woods. Oh no, that was a painful analogy. Asa attempted to retract her statement, claiming that she was joking. However, the internet has already reached a decision. You are aware of how social media functions. It becomes a circuit if individuals begin to take sides. There are a ton of comments praising Clark and also reminding everyone that Asa Wilson is among the finest of all time. However, this is the truth. It's possible for both to be true. Asa Wilson may still feel completely underappreciated even if Caitlin Clark is currently the most marketable athlete. How the league maintains that equilibrium is the true problem. The WNBA boasts about its expansion, but rather than honoring its players, it allows them to fight because conflict attracts attention. The WNBA could definitely make this a marketing success if they had a strong PR team. Imagine it. Two amazing sportsmen that are dominating their respective sports. Rather, it's just another argument between Caitlin and Asa on social media. Sponsors are undoubtedly keeping an eye on things. Brands want happy united faces, not messy headline. However, they are also aware that their goods sells out anytime Clark makes news. Guess who wins, then? Caitlin. Here's another twist for you. This collaboration may be the beginning of something even greater, according to those close to the LPGA. In fact, they want to start a joint exhibition event that will highlight this cross-sports sisterhood and raise money for charitable causes. However, this may either be the most inspirational event ever or a very stressful catastrophe, depending on how things turn out. Can you even picture Asa Wilson attempting to grin while Clark teases Nelly Korda? That is prime content. However, in all honesty, this isn't new. This kind of jealousy has been in existence for ages. When LeBron became the NBA's face, older stars weren't exactly overjoyed. When Serena dominated tennis endorsements, did others roll their eyes? The cycle never changes. Money comes from success. Money makes you visible. Envy is also frequently brought on by visibility. The most recent athlete caught in that emotional crossfire is Asa. And now for the truly depressing part. She doesn't even realize how much she's demonstrating Clark's value each time she reacts. Someone grows larger the more you talk about them. It's similar to the strand effect in terms of sports celebrity. Someone simply becomes much more significant if you gripe about them enough. Caitlin Clark hasn't uttered a word in the interim, no clapbacks, no interviews, just business as usual. She's probably somewhere signing her next deal and laughing with her agent as the internet is rooting for her. In all honesty, that could be the most intelligent. While everyone else is fighting, she is piling checks from tech, fashion, basketball, and golf. She will most likely have a Netflix documentary series before you know it. Caitlin Clark isn't merely having fun. She is reworking the marketing strategy from the ground up. Additionally, Asa Wilson is still attempting to determine why the results on her two MVPs are different. Oz's lack of talent is not the reason. She is amazing. It's because businesses desire Clark's prominence. She can serve as the focal point of your entire brand. Her fan base is devoted, boisterous, and constantly online. In 2025, let's spill gold. Oza is complaining on Twitter while Clark is constructing an empire. Here's the actual query, though. How much more time will it take for this tension to become serious? Because Oza and Caitlyn are no longer the only ones involved. The league as a whole might be split by this entire scenario. While the conventional players believe Clark gets everything too easily, the younger generation of fans believes she is solely to blame for the league's revival. The WNBA front office is caught in the middle, pretending that nothing is wrong while secretly hoping that both parties continue to communicate since at least people are paying attention. It's disorganized. It's dramatic, and that's precisely what keeps it in the headline. But in the end, if the WNBA is unable to manage this well, they're going to undermine the unity they've cultivated for years. Because Caitlyn Clark has made the league greater than ever, regardless of your opinion of her. Making sure that everyone, not just her, gains from that is the current challenge. Oza Wilson has two options. She has two options. She either change course and take advantage of this attention, or she can continue to tweet in a bitter manner. Because of Clark, her name is currently trending, and an MVP shouldn't be generating headlines in that manner. She will use this as a power move if she is astute. She can establish a brand, acquire a major deal of her own, launch a podcast, or take other steps to demonstrate that she is more than simply the athlete who lost her cool online. Fans hate pettiness, but they adore genuineness. On the other hand, Caitlyn Clark consistently succeeds both on and off the court. The LPGA deal is but another addition to her expanding empire. She's also a master at the game of fame, whether you like her or not. You cannot teach that degree of control. She's turning silence into strategy and backlash into buzz. Additionally, Oza Wilson will continue to become lost in the chaos if she doesn't immediately adjust. What are your thoughts? Is Caitlyn Clark simply outperforming everyone off the court as well? Or does A.A. Wilson have a right to be angry? What it means to be a contemporary athlete has been redefined by Caitlyn Clark. It goes beyond her incredible basketball skills, too. It's also her unparalleled talent to build a personal brand and completely control the media's attention. Every action she takes, including signing endorsement deals, participating in other sports, and communicating with fans online, only serves to expand her empire. It demonstrates that there is much more to success in today's sports world than just points, assists, or MVP honors. Clark is a master of both how she plays and how people see her because of her modest professionalism and astute decisions, which convert every opportunity into a platform for significant influence. Her increasing prominence in basketball, golf, and other sports has genuinely increased the WNBA's visibility, demonstrating how one player can drastically alter a league's narrative and attract attention from sponsors, fans, and the media. Alongside her incredible rise, though, there are growing tensions in the league, particularly among seasoned players who have accomplished a lot on the court but aren't receiving the same amount of attention or commercial deals. This disparity highlights a more significant reality of contemporary athletics. Fame and marketability are not guaranteed by talent alone, and all of the major opportunities are typically driven by visibility. Thus, as Caitlyn Clark continues to quietly and incredibly effectively increase her influence, other celebrities are grappling with issues related to recognition, their legacy, and what's next. This whole changing situation not only highlights the difficulties of contemporary sports marketing, but it also plainly shows the power of smart brand building. There is more to Clark's story than just his incredible athletic prowess. It's an actual case study about visibility, impact, and the new success rules. It continues to influence the WNBA, motivate supporters, and push the league to strike a balance between the accomplishments of its stars and the recognition they genuinely merit.